We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service.
Take a look at what happened.
This changes everything. Someone tried to assassinate President Trump, and to be honest, I'm not surprised that this happened. In this video, we're gonna go over the shooting, my thoughts on it, as well as other people's reactions to it.
If you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Do you know how iconic and badass that is? To be at your own event, you get shot at, and your first thoughts are like, hold on, let me like make sure that the crowd knows that I'm good. My fist up, smile, like blood dripping down the side of your face. That alone is so powerful, to be shot and then get up. Obviously, once all the close is all clear. Because when I first saw this clip, I was a little like, why the Secret Service just got him up like this? Like there's a shooter. But as you can hear in this video, you can hear the Secret Service talking and they say shoot her down, shoot her down. So everybody was able to get up. So I did find that out with this video. But yeah, let's just see what else, like how it all went down. I cannot believe it's exhausting being a millennial. I promise you, 9/11, 2008, 2020, COVID, this, like, it's just been a non-stop after non-stop. Like, what is going on? Now, there is a ton of speculation on the events that went down. Some people are saying that it was staged, that it was a setup, that it was a false flag, whatever it may be. Yes, while this was a very true event and it did happen, it is okay to question it, especially when you have a lot of videos and a lot of attendees there relaying some very concerning information, should I say.
So we had a party here all day at the you can see behind us at the Brinkles Farm and Greenhouse here. We had a party, and we all decided, hey, you know, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees up there under the shade, yep, and watch and listen to the rally. Right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, you know, but we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, you know, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling
Yep.
police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
Binoculars.
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here?
Yeah, he's got a point. That's been my biggest question, and a lot of people's is like, okay, how was this 20-year-old boy with a rifle able to scale a roof and get clear line of view of our president giving a speech? How is this something that even happened to begin with?
Just take me back. What were you doing before the shooting happened, and then what did you see and hear?
I was just standing there like everybody else, waiting for Trump. And as Trump started, I noticed 2 officers that were looking for something or somebody. I was looking around myself and seeing a guy on top of one of the buildings go in between one building to the next, and went and told the officer that he was up there. And when I went back to my spot, I heard that people could still see the person from where they were standing. So I checked that out, and I went back to tell the officer that if he came over there, he could see them. And when I turned my back is when the shots started, and then it took me a second or two to figure out exactly what it was. And then it was just getting out of there and helping some other person out with her child, and we got out, and that was the end of that. And I went and left, and that was all.
And none of this is funny that this even transpired, but what's just like has me baffled again is how this happened to begin with. There's a lot of people who saw this man on the roof. I'm not going to show the full thing. Obviously, I don't want to, it's too much, but this is the view of where a lot of those people were standing at in that little like area where people could see this man on the roof. Again, I will show a picture. This is the picture. This is the roof that the gunman was on. The shooter location right here. 400 feet from where Trump was speaking. Again, insane that the guy was able to get up there to begin with. Because again, some of y'all know this, I've met Trump myself. I've been in the White House with him multiple times. I've been outside the White House with him. I've been in with him various events across the United States. And the Secret Service is heavy, all right? They are in, they're there, they're present. So it's just from someone who's been at these events and seen how it operates and how it works. I'm not no Secret Service agent, but I do know that they were everywhere. And at this event, it is weird to me how they weren't at a very close nearby rooftop. Yes, it was outside the security zone, but at the same time, it's like any other event. You see snipers everywhere. You see cameras everywhere. Like, that's where a lot of the confusion and speculation is coming for a lot of people, is how easy it was for this man to do this to Trump and to the people that he armed in the stands. Like, I hate to go down that whole like conspiracy route, but that's honestly, it's weird to a lot of people how this went down to begin with, especially when you take into account, you know, the various things in the past that our government has said and done and or hid from its civilians, much like JFK, MLK, Operation Paperclip, Operation Northwood, Tuskegee experiments on black people. Like, there's so much that we know and that has been declassified of the corruption within deep in our government. So you add that layer onto people already coming up with the conspiracies, into just the common sense of everybody knows how strict security is around a president, but for some reason this event, it wasn't that strict at all. That's where a lot of speculation is coming from. Regardless of what anybody speculates and thinks about this event, it did happen. Trump was shot and innocent bystanders were shot as well, including the recently identified Corey Comparator. This is a statement that his daughter put out. Yesterday, time stopped, and when it started again, my family and I started living a real real life nightmare. What was supposed to be an exciting day that had we all looked forward to, especially my dad, turned into the most traumatizing experience someone could imagine. Side note, that was the father's last tweet, is that he's excited to go to this Trump rally. Crazy. I know the media will cover this event, and I'm going to try my best to stay away from looking at everything, especially because I've already seen and lived through it in real time. But I want everyone to know what the media will not cover and will not say about him. He was the best dad a girl could ever ask for. My sister and I never needed anything. You call, he would answer, and he would do anything for you as needed. And if he didn't know how, he would figure it out. He could talk and make friends with anyone, which he was doing all day yesterday, and loved every minute of it. He was a man of God, loved Jesus fiercely, and also looked after our church and our members as family. The media will not tell you that he died a real-life superhero. They're not going to tell you how quickly he threw my mom and I to the ground. They're not going to tell you that he shielded my body from the bullet that came at us. He loved his family. He truly loved us enough to take a real bullet for us. And I want nothing more to cry on him and tell him thank you. I want nothing more than to wake up and for this to not be a reality for me and my family. We lost a selfless, loving husband, father, brother, uncle, son, and friend. And I will never stop thinking about him and mourning over him until the day that I die too. July 13th will forever be a day that changed my life. I will never be the same person I was less than 24 hours ago. There are a lot of children out there that say their dad is their hero, but my dad is really mine. I don't think I would be here today without him. Dad, I love you so much. There aren't enough words to express how deep this love goes. And I know you'll give heaven some hell. I know that God is proud of the man that came to his gates yesterday. I'll put the GoFundMe below for their family, but again, this isn't even all about Trump. You know, as far as me filming and making this video, I have not heard the identity of the other person that was harmed or the other people that have been in the hospital, but this came out, so I wanted to just highlight the story because I thought it was very powerful, and the daughter wanted it to be known as well. While this story is sad, and I'm glad that dad lived out to be a hero, what also is sad is the left's reaction to everything that went down yesterday.
I just found out about this shit. It just happened. I haven't even had a second to process. You're telling me somebody finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew, and he missed! We were a second away! We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed! There was a white man attached to that trigger. I know it! We were a centimeter away! Oh!
Thankfully, a centimeter away. That's how close it came to hitting Trump and damn near going through his head. But how deranged do you have to be to wish this kind of evil and this kind of hurt and harm onto someone else? How deranged do you have to be to allow yourself to have been led by mainstream media, by your friends, by celebrities, everything under the sun, to feel this passionate and fired up to where you wish this person to be dead? Like, you're living in one of the greatest nations. I mean, we got a lot of shit going on, but damn, one of the greatest nations to grow and prosper and be, and this is how you act, and this is how you damn near celebrate someone almost being assassinated, someone who has a family, who has kids, grandkids, a wife. You may not like him, but the man's still a human to a lot of people who has done no real deep down harm. I don't get it. I don't understand how someone can hype this up and really be upset that it didn't go through the way it was initially planned. Beyond me.
Just got out of the movies, and for a split second I thought Donald Trump had been assassinated, and I thought to myself, this is the best day of my life. And then he wasn't, so it's the worst day of my life.
You should have listened to your friend, because this person's page is deleted. So with the other person, like all these people I'm going through right now, they're scared. Like all their pages are gone. I was looking them up. I'm getting these videos off of other sources. Like they're just gone. Some of them went private. Some of them completely deactivated the account, because even that person's friend was like, do not post that on TikTok because you're deranged. You're going to celebrate the assassination of someone? Why are you that angry? Honestly, think to yourself, why do you hate this man that much that you're wishing death upon him?
Not even sending our best to assassinate. Because what the hell was that? Lee Harvey Oswald would never. John Wilkes Booth would never.
Today was like this close to being the best day ever.
Also, the person that at Trump, at his rally, was exercising that right that all those Republicans were fighting for. So, can you really blame him?
He was not exercising that right. There is no right to kill somebody and assassinate them. There's a right to bear arms. There's a right to protect yourself. Someone using that in a very negative way, that's a total different subject. These people vote, y'all. They vote. These people vote. And the crazy part is about all these people is that they're real. Like, they genuinely feel this way. This isn't for clicks or for memes. Like, this is like a genuine feeling for a lot of these people. And it makes me laugh because it's like, I know how we got here, but it makes me laugh. It's just like, this is real. Like, people are this deranged. And to be completely honest, I have not seen anything like this on the right. I don't see anybody on the right making this type of content wishing the most heinous and horrible acts to happen to Joe Biden. If anything, I see more people on the right saying, hey, Joe Biden needs to go to a retirement home and go to sleep. He needs to lay down. It's elder abuse at this point. Everybody just feels bad for him. But what I see on the left towards the right regarding Trump, oh my gosh, the most horrible things are being said and pushed, even by politicians.
If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Too many see the protests as the problem. Please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Go to the Hill today. Get up in the face of some Congress people.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome.
Running away from Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
When they go low, we kick.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there is unrest in our lives.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
This is the peaceful left. This is the love and tolerance and happy pride and happy equality. Like, this is that group. You cannot make this compilation for people on the right. You literally can't. It's like, at what point are we going to sit back for ourselves and really think for ourselves and say, you know what? Why do I hate Trump? Why are all these people screaming in my face that I need to hate this man? That I need to wish this type of behavior on this man? Why do they hate him this much? When are we going to sit back and think for ourselves and ask us that question? It's the election season. I'm already seeing so many posts like, OMG, if Trump become president, or if a vote for President Trump is a vote against LGBTQ people. Did you forget he already was president? Like, that entire time Trump was president for 4 years straight, did you die? Did something horrible happen to you in your life, a direct result from him being president? Honest question. Like, people are acting like they were in 2016, and it's like, he already has been president. It's like, was your life better back then when Trump was president, or the past 4 years now with Biden?
I'm so sick and tired of the mentality that Americans have, being like, well, no, start paying attention. Start paying attention. The presidents that get taken out are the presidents that threaten the system. The same system that you complain incarcerates black people. The same system that won't give you health care. The same system that's doing everything that you've complained about for decades, yet somehow you keep voting for Joe Biden 1994 crime bill, Kamala Harris imprisoning black people on minor marijuana charges just to put people on our prison workforce. If you don't wake up and smell the freaking flowers, I don't know what you're going to do for the rest of your life. Stop thinking like they're telling you how to think and start thinking for yourself.
Woo. Shit. Wow. Okay, he snapped. He made some very, very valid points, valid concerns, and the one I really want to get on is the sheer amount of people who are not thinking for themselves, who are being spoon-fed this idea of what our reality is and what our world is, and when you step outside, it's rare you see it. Oh my gosh, white supremacy is the biggest threat to democracy. When's the last time you seen a Klansman chasing a black person down? Come on, y'all. Like, enough is enough. I'm sorry. It's played out. At what point are we going to start to think for ourselves?
So President Trump just got shot. And as someone who voted against Trump in both 2016 and 2020, this is a cause for deep reflection by me. And my question is, have we been told the truth at any point over the last 8 years about who Trump is and what's actually going on here? A lot of people who are pro-Trump have been saying that this is the playbook of whether it's a deep state or, some shadowy interest in the government. First, they try to cancel you. So they say shit about your character. They say things that can't actually be proven. They take quotes from you that make you basically look bad. The second thing that they try to do is they try to convict you of something. In this case, trumped up charges about you paying legal expenses to a porn star for her to not say that you had sex with her. It's like, morals aside, like, is that really a big deal enough to convict someone? And then the third thing that they try to do is they try to kill you. And that's just what happened with Trump. And actually, I've been updating my view on Trump recently, and I've started going back to some of the things that I was told that he said, and some of them he literally did not say. Like, for example, you remember when we were told that he said of white supremacists and other racists in a rally that he said that they were good people? It's not true. If you actually watch the whole clip, and I'll share a link to the clip here, you can see that he's clearly saying there were other people at the rally who are good people.
You're calling the alt-left and white supremacists on the same moral plane.
I'm not putting anybody on a moral plane. What I'm saying is this. You had a group on one side and you had a group on the other, and they came at each other with clubs, and it was vicious and it was horrible.
So this is a time where it's really hard to know what to believe. But, sometimes when we hear things are conspiracy, maybe it's time to listen, because maybe it's not.
Listen, these people snapping ain't said nothing but a word. When you look back, if you are a person that hated Trump and you look back at things that you were told about Trump, it's all a lie. Like, why do you think Trump has so much support from blacks, gays, Hispanics, trans, like everybody that you're being told Trump hates and is a bigot to and just is very disastrous to? There's a segment of each group that loves him. Ask those people why, and they'll very clearly tell you why. More people, it makes me so happy that more people are waking up and they're like this guy right here, that is just seeing the truth for what it is. I'm not saying you have to love Trump, no. But at least wake up to the truth that the mainstream media has been pushing lies and pushing this narrative down our throats that just isn't right, isn't true, and isn't fair.
Thanks for coming, folks. I've been thoroughly briefed by all the agencies in the federal government as to the situation, based on what we know now. I have tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors. Apparently he's doing well. I plan on talking to them shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening.
I'm gonna let him talk, but what's frustrating about this speech is that this is the same person who said he wants to take him under the bleachers and beat him up. You're saying this, and I want to give you grace. I want to believe this as you're this current leader of our country, but at the same time, it's like, call a spade a spade. Everything you've been saying in this race in the past few years has been against this. You have not been someone who's trying to bridge the divide. You have been very divisive. You've been calling all of his supporters names. You call him the most heinous things. Like,
we cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And I want to thank the Secret Service and all the agencies, including the state agencies, that have been engaged in making sure that people and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. I may be able to.
His speaking stresses me out. I can't
come back a little later tonight, but we'll put out a statement if I'm not able to if it's not convenient for you all. But the bottom line is that the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I am able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. But so far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do. Okay?
Mr. President, do you think this was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough to. I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried for your own safety? Was the security failing, Mr. President?
I swear, each speech sounds like his last. I'm sorry. It's just disastrous. It really is. And I'm glad he said this, and I'm glad he's trying to squash it and you know what, there's no room for political violence. He's being a good leader, but keep that same energy, because that's not the energy I've ever seen from you ever. So I wish that was a little different. The shooter. So initially, this picture has been going around. I've still seen some of it go around. This picture is fake. It's not fake. It's a real picture, but it's a troll. The guy's trolling, okay? The guy in this picture saw the shooter dead and was like, wait, I low-key look for like him. Like my side profile looks like him. This is kind of funny. And decided to make a meme out of it, and it just went viral way too fast.
My name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the wrong guy.
Like, trolls do. Internet trolls. Like, for what? Now you've deactivated your account. Lord knows Secret Service is at your door knocking. And I think that's his real name too. Like, they share the same name. They may not share the same name. I don't know. But the fact that you think it's okay to LARP as the shooter, that's a special kind of dumb. That's a special kind of ignorant. Just ignorant. Just ignorant. Not even ignorant. Ignorant. Just ignorant. Like, yes, you look like him, but if anything, go in hiding. The hell? Like, that ain't me. Like, but here you are trying to like get clout or make a joke or funny out of it. Like, this is the exact reason why I think it's important for everybody to slow down sometimes. I guess I'm making this video less than a day that it happened. I get it. But I'm at least only talking about the things that are confirmed that we do know, or why people are speculating this or that. I'm not trying to be like, the shooting happens and an hour later, this is exactly what happened, because oftentimes we don't have the full story. And this is a clear example of that. There's so many people who are like, this is the shooter, this is the shooter, this is him, and it's not. So many people that were like, the guy in the bleachers, that was him, that was him, that was him, and it wasn't. It was an innocent bystander. So if we just wait a little bit, then we can kind of get the information and things will be more fine than what they are. Like, everyone is so eager to get the right story that ultimately they do get stuff wrong by posting things way too fast. And I'm not gonna post the shooter's image. I'm on this account. Don't want him to get the clout maybe that he wanted, who knows. But it's apparent that they caught the shooter. Well, he's dead, but they know, they identified the shooter. It's apparent that they talked to his parents. They've been at his house. There's so much. The bombs been found and bomb materials, and it's all actively going on right now. It's just weird to me. Even the father's confused how this even happened to begin with. Some of the friends are like, yeah, he might have been a Republican, but I never really knew where he stood. It's just, the whole thing, it's very weird. It's very concerning, and it's ultimately unfortunate. And like, now there's this debate whether or not he was registered Republican, and if it even matters he was registered Republican, and you know, his parents being Democrats, and even looping in like gun control laws, and if Trump's gonna like be against gun control. It's like I said before, this is not the time and the place for having a gun debate, because this has nothing to do with the right to own a firearm. This has everything to do with the bad person being bad. 1. 2, at the end of the day, what we do know is that it's someone who took part in one of the most heinous things someone can do. Someone had the hate in their heart to do this. Someone was corrupted enough to do this. And to me, in my opinion, it's either 1, someone that hated Trump and wanted to take him out, or 2, someone that hate him, liked him, doesn't matter, but wanted to take him out as a source to start mass civil unrest, as if this is like some episode of The Boys or something. I don't know the man's motive. We don't know yet, but what we do know, Buddy's corrupt. Buddy was corrupt, Buddy was deranged, and there's no place for it. Going forward, this isn't even about if you like Trump or not. I don't even care if you don't like Trump, but if you don't like him, at least know why you don't like him. And I mean legitimately know why you don't like him. Is it because of your friend group? Is it because of what you've heard online? Is it because you don't like the mean things that he says? And if so, what mean things has he said, and do you have the full context of it? Like, truth be told, the media needs to get it together. I'm over all the lies. I'm over the polarization. I'm over being manipulated for clicks and for clout. It's getting to a point, honestly, that if you're someone that truly loves the media and supports them and believes every word that they say, you are becoming radicalized. It's not that many people on the center and center right and right that are this like radical as much as the left is. And I hate to be this whole left versus right thing, but we've seen the video clips, we've seen what people are saying, how people are acting, we've seen 2020. That's how they are. It's so sad to say. They lie and they hype everything up to make sure that you hate Trump no matter what and for what. Let's go back to even 2016, 2017. Jussie Smollett, lie. Nick Salmon, lie. Good people on both sides, lie. Russia, lie. Or he's gonna start World War III, lie. All these things that really stick with people. You know, because you can post something that's fake and then retract it, but what stuck was what people initially read and saw. There are so many people who saw the clip of there's good people on both sides that still hold on to that moment, even though it's been debunked time after time. Hell, Joe Biden during the presidential debate this year said that. He said there's good people on both sides. Bro, that's been debunked. for so long. Hell, now even this whole prosecution and him being, oh, you're gonna vote for a felon? Really? We're talking about a case where basically, we're dumbing it down. He filed a paperwork wrong with a side hoe. Filed paperwork wrong with a side hoe. This is what you're so up in arms about? You hate this man this much. You got all this shit going on in the world. You got damn near World War III about to happen. Inflation, the interest rates, everything under the sun is going bad is happening right now. And instead of holding the man that's in charge accountable, you're trying to take down the man that's trying to run for president for paperwork. Got it. And then you want to say, oh, with the paperwork and election interference, I'm sorry. In 2020, my Instagram was locked because I was trying to talk about Hunter Biden. Don't get me started. Do not get me started. The sheer amount of times I've been banned and taken down right before that election for talking about something that they were saying was not true, but now is known to be true. Don't start. Again, it's been years and years and years of constant hate being thrown Trump's way, and why? Just to elect Joe Biden, and all the things you said was going to happen under Trump's presidency is happening under Biden. Higher inflation, higher interest rates, damn near World War III, rise in drug crisis, rise in homelessness. Like, at what point are you gonna stop and sit back and really think, damn, why am I supposed to hate Trump so much? Genuinely, I keep going back to that because that's how I thought before I met the man. And before I looked into things for myself. I didn't want to go against my friend group. I didn't want to listen to any Republican or any centrist. I just thought that no, Trump is bad. The things I'm hearing, the things I'm saying is 100% factual. And in reality, I was the one that was wrong. And I'll get into this in another video about, you know, the things I do like about Trump. And because I went and met him, there are still people, childhood friends and family members I have not spoken to since October 27th, 2018 for going to see Trump. Crazy. Like, this whole cancel culture crap, again, it's more present on the left in regards to the left hating Trump versus the right hating Biden. I think it's very abundantly clear who hates who the most. The left hates Trump so much more, and there are way more radical. Again, miss me with the Jan 6 stuff, okay? Especially in regards to what we endured all of 2020. We've seen the debates between President Trump and President Biden and what has come out of that, and it blows my mind that people are still willing and want to elect this man as president, even though he cannot walk down the stairs by himself. He has to be ushered by his wife.
Our political professionals from our CNN Flash poll and Swing State Focus Group will be talking to surrogates, including Vice President.
Half the time he doesn't know where he's at.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. It's a joke. You didn't know where we were. Anyway.
He just called President Zelensky President Putin.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
He just called himself the first black woman to run with a black president.
By the way, I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president, first black woman to serve with a black president.
This planet is ghetto. It's ghetto. It's ghetto. It's ghetto. It's ghetto. I'm so over it. And if there's anything I want you to leave with this video, it's that do not, and I mean do not, allow any mainstream media, corporation, institution, whatever it may be, to tell you how or what to think. Fact check everything. Fact check me. Just think for yourself, and if you are thinking for yourself, know why you are thinking that way. Do not be led astray by someone else. It takes a lot of work. It does. It does take a lot of work, but damn it, at least you're confident and you have a strong foundation in your own beliefs and why you feel the way you feel. And that's a very rewarding feeling. You need to stay grounded, and I'm laughing because this is not a sponsored video at all. I'm not being paid to say this, but genuinely, I get my news from Twitter. Twitter is like the nexus of everything civilization and what everybody runs to and everybody goes supposed to. And then ground news, which is where all the news and mainstream media get collected, and that's my hub for that. Twitter's my hub for people, and ground news is my hub for the news outlets. And you can visit ground.news/Amir to sign up. It's a free app, free website, make an account, and that's where I go to stay up to date on everything that's going on, because it's very clear what the left is saying, what the right is saying, what the center is saying, who's saying what, when, where, how. I'm telling you, I use it every damn day aside from Twitter. Those are my two go-tos. So if you're looking for somewhere to get your news, to stay unbiased and to like kind of stay independent in that way, Twitter, Ground News, those are my go-to. So again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Many blessings and prayers up to everybody that has been affected by the shooting. The GoFundMe link is below for that. I will keep you guys posted. I'll make another video updating you all on this as we find out more information. But again, like I said before, just think for yourself. Please think for yourself. And as always, I would definitely be seeing you in the next video. Like, subscribe. That sounds so shady to like and subscribe in this kind of video. Do what you want to do. I don't care. Share this video with someone you think would be insightful to share this video with. If you support me, you know what to do below. Much love, and I'll see y'all in another video. Deuces.